Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. Today is Friday, May 23rd. It is a holiday weekend. I was going to say the Memorial Day weekend is coming up here. So here we go. Let's see how it's going to look. And it's going to be a 3-day weekend. So Monday, the market will be closed. And we'll see how the heat map's looking. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And here we go. That's the heat map. It's a little bit flat. Microsoft is down. I expect it to kind of pull back. It's way in the top there. And the video is just flat. Google's still ripping right there. So that's a good one. And there you go with Google just kind of hanging out there. Tesla's up a little bit there. And like I said, Apple's up a tiny bit. And we'll see. It did cross down. But we'll see if they do want to cross back up the SPY. You can't really tell at all. It's up 2 cents, and it's just kind of sitting there. So we'll take a look at them. And I didn't even do I never even posted back out the Jolie's jumpers or anything this morning. Just kind of doing a bunch of stuff and wasn't even thinking about it. Guess I'm already in a holiday weekend right here. But here, let me post these guys out real quick and see what we're doing here. There's these guys. That's our laptop lowdowns, and it looks like our Jolie's Jumpers has a pretty good list right there. So let's go ahead and check them out and see what we're looking at real quick. Here we are in ASPI. Let's see what that's doing this morning. Good old ASPI. Good morning, David and everybody else. How are we this morning? Wake up. It is a Friday morning, holiday weekend here. Summer's beginning. How crazy is that? And ASPI isotopes right here. Let's see what it's doing. ASPI. And it was, I know it was running up yesterday there. And this morning it's just kind of hanging out at 874 to 875. It's at 850s, just kind of chilling right there. But it did run up. I do know that. ASST was running up big yesterday. It does have that resistance up there, and it is in the top. So we'll see if it can get moving a little bit more. But that was a good pop up yesterday. And BLMZ blooms right here. It was moving the other day. It looks like it might be moving again right here. Let's take a look at it. BLMZ, and it was moving yesterday. As a matter of fact, it ran a couple days ago. And then this morning, not even looking bad, 19 to 21. It's back to 18, but it wasn't looking too bad there. And EU, Encore Energy Corp, and this has jumped up there. EU. And there you go. That one was jumping up yesterday and continued a little more today. 188 to 194. It's at 184 right now. So that did jump up. And NE. Holy cow. INEO. Let's see. That's another one jumping up. The Singapore Auto Parts Company. That could have been from yesterday. Let's see what it's doing here. And it was from yesterday, but still trying to run up a little bit this morning. A little bit of pullback after it ran up there. So we'll see how they open up. It is a holiday weekend on a Friday. And LITM, that Snow Lake Resources, looks pretty good this morning. Let's check that out. LITM. Yeah, that looked good yesterday and this morning. Keep an eye on that today, guys. That one could be moving some more. Looks pretty good right there for LITM. And LTBR is Lightbridge. And Laptop Travel nailed this one. Remember, it went up, it pulled back, and now look at it up there. So even if you didn't get rid of it last time, you got lucky right there, because yesterday it ran up, and this morning it was still running up there. And there you go with LTBR, Lightbridge, and we were all over that. And NNE, we were looking at these last night, and these nuclear ones were looking pretty good right there, 25 to 32. And it opened at 32. It's down to 31 right now. I mean, it's hitting resistance up there, and we'll see. They look pretty good, I must say. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. PDSB right here. PDS Biotech looks like that one's getting set up to run up even higher, guys. Let me see that. What is it? SB. Ran up there yesterday, but it does look like you're going to have a little pullback, but it looks like it's trying to get set back up. Keep an eye on this thing. I have to keep an eye on that one. PDSB right there. That's an interesting one. And SMR, another nuclear one, I believe. Machinery, NuScale. What was that one that's a nuclear one? SMR. That's what I thought. This one right here. Anyway, it is in the top. It was running up right there. SMR right here. And let's see, new scale, it was running up. It doesn't even have a, that's weird. Anyway, it looks like it's trying to stay in the top, guys. This one could turn just keep running up there today. Obviously, it ran up a little bit of pullback, but it could continue to run up. An SOBR right here, sober safe. And this one is trying to jump up there into that channel. Is exactly what that one's trying to do here. Look at that thing getting into that channel yesterday, busting in strong, staying in now. So we can keep an eye on that. That could be getting set up right there. SOBR and URG right here. Let's see what UR Energy is doing. And look at these energy ones. Like we were saying, they were going to start running up. It ran up yesterday, a little bit more today, and not looking bad right there. U is an energy fuels, and this one's running up. So there we go with energy getting crazy right here. And energy fuels ran up yesterday a little more right there. What is that TMDE doing? It might not be moving. And that RBNE not moving yet, but they're still in the basement. New energy ones. And VCIG right here is cruising up. This was running up yesterday. I remember seeing this one yesterday. Not sure what it's doing this morning, but it did run up 304 to 410. And today it is running up 361 to 419. It's at 333. It is wild at 4 a.m., guys. And that's your Joey's jumpers right there. And thank you very much, Asian Joe Lee. And I hope you're feeling much better now. And let's see, what did I just do with them laptop lowdowns? Did I just tweet out the wrong thing there? Let me look real quick. Hold on. I'm telling you, you can't like see anything on here anymore. It's like bizarre on X. It's just so much. Oh yeah, it wasn't the right thing. That was the Trump Reserve thing. And let's see. Here it is. I didn't post out the right thing there. There's just so much spam on X though. When you try to scroll through to see things, it's just like constant spam. It's crazy. But anyway, here we go with our laptop lowdowns right here. Let me hop on them. And there we go, APDN. Here we are. And let me take a quick look, just a couple quick ones right here, APDN. And let's see, that one is down into the 50s now. That one just keeps on pulling back, huh? We'll see if it ever makes a base down here, APDN, to try to get running. But look at that thing, just keeps on dipping down. And we'll see, like I said, maybe that's the bottom. That looks like a crazy candle. Could just try to make a base and level down a little bit more. It's been in the basement for a long time, but it does appear to be down there right now. And CURR right here is a nice dip. I would look at this. It's hitting that support line down there, and we can take a look at that guy. That could be bottoming out right there, and that edible had run up pretty big the other day. And it's just a little healthy pullback. Could get ready to set back up right there. Let's see what edible looks like over here real quick. Let's just take a quick look. It's up a little bit. Yeah, it could try to get curled back up again. We know that they like to do that right now. That's for sure. And GRI, that GRI bio right there. And that's not looking too bad as it pulls back. So I already had it up. It was up there yesterday. Or what, 2 days ago? Yeah, it was yesterday. And a little bit of pullback there, but that one could be at the bottom, so we can watch that one as well. And ICCT right here, iCore Connect, that one's actually going to get set up. You can see it's trying to work its way up to that line right there, ICCT. And we'll wait. The 20's coming down. We'll have to see how it gets set up right there. It could get bounced back down off of that resistance line right there. And INTS is that intensity one, and it's still just kind of hanging out down there, just keeping an eye on that one to see when it wants to get set up. And SINT right here, SINT, and that one is pulling back. Didn't that run up yesterday, I believe? Yeah, it ran up yesterday, a little bit of pullback today. And Wheeler right here, let's see what WHLR is doing. Wheeler Real Estate. And look at that thing way in the basement, comes out for like a briefing and then goes way back down. That one's pretty wild. I know we've looked at this one a few times on some pops, and it looks like it could be reverse splitting up there. I wouldn't doubt it. And there you go with that one. We'll have to look at it and see if it reverse split, because if it does, then we want to look at it. And WTO is this one. It's a China one, small capper. And let's see, that one is just kind of hopping around right there. Let's see what it wants to do. It did run up yesterday, apparently. I think we looked at it, didn't we, last night? What was that other one? EJH? Let's see. What's that one doing? We haven't looked at that in a while. Oh, that's way down. That one could be getting set up. Look at this thing. I remember it run up pretty big and then it came way down right there. That's an interesting one we might have to take a look at. And there you go. That is your laptop lowdown list right there. And thank you very much. Laptop Travel, greatly appreciate them. And let's see what else is going on today in the market, real quick. We'll see what's happening here. Let's see. CVCV, how are you? AMC, is that still running up this morning? We'll look at it. Let's see. It's up a little bit right there into the top. Let's look at our SPY, our Mag 7 and big caps. And our SPY is that, like I said, that's going to leave us today just sitting like this probably and not showing us anything for next week. But they are making a base, but they could dip down. There is an imminent dip coming, but they can roll up. I thought it was going to be a little quicker this week. It just took its good old time right here, like really slowed down big time. And now it's just sitting right there for the SPY. So we'll have to see how it goes today. And let's look at Apple. It is up 2 cents now, and it does curl back down, but I mean, that one did come back down pretty good right there. And a lot of times when they make that type of move, I mean, it still looks like it wants to pull back some at the moment. So, but it could curl up and that would just rip right up there. So I'm telling you, they could still go either way. And it's a hard look right there. They definitely made it a hard week going into the summer right here, Labor Day week. And look at Amazon coming down, just sitting right there on the 20. It could cross through, and they are kind of gotten into a bearish trend right there, or a bearish trend. I'm right, and so yeah, it's interesting. They'd have to pop up here and really get rolling to get turned back around. And I'm not sure if they're going to do that. Let's see. And like I said, I could tell there was going to be a dip coming. Google's still running up, not looking bad right there. So let's see right here what Google is up to. It's just kind of hanging out today. It's already run up pretty well. Let's see Meta right here, META, and see what that's doing. Let's look. And Meta's another one just coming down and could go either way right there. So it is interesting. We thought it would be, and it is. And Microsoft, I could see coming out. This one looks like it should be coming back down a little bit. I mean, it's been in the top for a pretty good amount of time there, and I could see Microsoft trying to pull back. So might even want to look at this one right here, MSFD right here, because this one's probably getting ready to cruise, as you can see. So this is the Microsoft Bear ETF right there, if you want to take a look at that one and check it out, because it might be a good one to take a look at today. NVIDIA right here, and then going into like next week, because that one should pull back. And NVIDIA one came out of the top and has some good support. Looks like it could stay up there, and Tesla was cruising up some more and does look like it wants to go up a little bit more, but it's just kind of hanging out right there. And let's see what our AMC we just looked at. It was up 3 cents. It's still in the top, and it could bust up there a little bit higher right there, guys. So keep your eye on AMC. That could go ripping up into the top right here. It could also pull right back. It has that look like it could go either way, so you got to be careful, but just keep your eye on that. And GameStop is up. That one doesn't look bad as it's getting into the top right there. Chewy has been running up there. It's just kind of hanging out right now. Looks like it wants to run up a little bit more. And Unity wasn't looking bad last night. And there's that Chewy, and it does look like it wants to run up some. And like I said, Unity over that. MACD, but not looking too bad, just kind of running a little flat right there. And let's go ahead and see what else is going on. And Netflix is right here, and it is pulling back a little bit right there. Let's see how it looks. So we'll see what's going on. Oh, yeah, Netflix is, I mean, it's going to be set up to be bullish. It looked like it might have wanted to go into the top again, and now it's pulling back. So like I said, there is an imminent dip here, and they just keep hanging out at this top and not showing us anything. These guys weren't looking bad. MU was trying to crawl up here. And let's see, it was AVGO. I knew I skipped one there. AVGO just in the top, but I'm telling you, these things are going to have to come down. So it's eminent that they do. TSM looked pretty good to get into the top last night. It was trying to poke its head, and then that one's dipping down. It's actually not down as much as it was a little bit ago, and it doesn't look bad, actually. That could have been a nice little pullback. It was looking pretty good last night, like I said, and now it has a little pullback, but it looked like it was trying to roll up a little bit more there. It has that support or resistance all the way up there at 220, so we'll be keeping an eye on that one right there. And SMCI, let me see what that's doing. Yeah, here we go. SMCI, that one's going to roll off, it looks like, right there. So, I mean, it should. It has that look like it's getting set up to do it. And we're going into a holiday week where who the heck knows what's going to happen next week, guys. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And this week they made it extra difficult for us. AMD looks like it wants to go in and roll off right there. QCOM had been pulling back, and now it's the MACD or 20 and 50 right there. So that's interesting. Look, what's it going to do right there? Can it hold itself up, or is it going to come back down and dip some more? Has some good support right there. So, I mean, I would think it wants to roll back off there, but you can't promise anything on this market. And Intel right here, INTC. That one had been pulling back. That one looks like it might be pulling back a little bit. INTC, yeah, it does look like it's going to have some pullback right there. So you can watch that one to try to pull back. And good old PayPal right here, and that one could pull back. So I'm telling you, there looks like we're going to have a dip coming in, but it's so hard to tell exactly when it wants to go. I mean, look at this thing. It's hitting the MACD. They could roll right back off, and they're not going to show us anything for going into the weekend. I can tell right now. And I figured it was going to be a little bit tough here. Snow had been rolling up yesterday. I would expect it to come down. I mean, look at it, way in the top. It did look really good. Dell was looking good too, guys. So maybe it rolls back off and stays in the top for one last little run up there. And Palantir, this one doesn't look too bad. It's holding itself up as it pulls back down. It wants to pull back, but it's so strong. It's holding itself up, which is pretty nice for PLTR. As you can see, it's pulling back in the 20s right there. It's not even coming back down under it. It touched it the other day, and it is really, really strong right there, I must say. And let me see, get my fingers on the keyboard. Sophie right here, and that one's just trying to bounce back up. It was pulling back a little bit, nothing crazy. And good old Mara and Riot, let's see what they're doing. They look like they could roll off. Mara does right there. Riot does right there. And what's Clean Spark doing right here? That one's looking pretty good. That was run up there. It had looked good yesterday, and or was it 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. It was running up. The last couple of days, it was running up, looking good. It looks like a little bit of pullback back to the MACD, and then we'll see what it wants to do. That's Microsoft, not MicroStrategy, and MicroStrategy's up a little bit right there, and another one holding itself up very, very strong. And let's see what DJT is up to, up 19 cents. Not looking too bad. I mean, it's pulled back, but it looks like it's trying to get set up right here. And Fun was trying to move yesterday. Let's see what it's doing right here, PHUN. And that does look like it wants to roll up a little bit there. So Fun looks like it could get Fun. And Coinbase right there is down a little bit. It was up yesterday. And Robinhood's down a little bit. And there you go with them, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at our crypto real quick, see what's going on. You can look at that. And Bitcoin 110,000, yep, right there. And Solana 185, and Ethereum's at 2,664. It's still rolling. So Bitcoin is going to probably pull back. You're going to see Solana, Ethereum, Ripple 243, Cardano's at 81. Them ones might start to look good too, but let's just take a look at them real fast and see. And we knew they were in the top and they need to pull back. Holiday weekend's a great time. And look at them. They're hitting the 50 and coming back. That's the Ethereum one. It doesn't look bad to stay in this channel, though, and that's a beautiful thing now. So they did make this channel, and you got your 200 all the way down there. So it's a good look. Solana's looking pretty good right there. So I must say it is a very good look for them. And Ripple still looks like it wants to get ripping for the most part right there. So, and Doge wasn't looking too bad last night. It's just a little bit of pullback. Nothing too crazy. And let's see what else is going on. Chainlink right here. And that one is, it's like I said, they're all getting set up. We might see a little pullback right there, but nothing crazy. I know ETF was at the 4 million still, and it is holding up pretty well. I have to say that, but it does need to get moving relatively soon. And now that these may pull back, that's where you might see it. It's at a 4.1. And let's see what it looks like this morning. And yeah, I'm telling you, the last time it pulled back like this, that's when it ran up to like right there to a penny. And now and it's still staying up higher. So it's trying to stair step up. It is just taking its time like the rest of the things. And Bitcoin's just been crazy, guys. So it's been running up there like wild. So we'll see if ETF can get set back up. Whoa, Apple looks like that just took that dip right there. There's that dip we were talking about. So Apple just came right down, huh? Lost itself right there. And there, I'm telling you, they might have this dip happening. And we were looking to see if it would roll off right here. And I think Microsoft's coming down too. MSFT right there. So that looks like it's going to be coming back out of the top right there. And Apple took a nice dip right there. So it did not roll off like it was going to. And maybe these aren't. I'm telling you, SPY may start coming back down, guys. And we may see this dip start happening. You can see it. It's starting to, I mean, it can catch itself right there at that 575, but it looks like it wants to pull back at the moment. And they did just kind of change around because we just went through them a few minutes ago, and now they're pulling back a lot more right there. So you can see how fast the market looks. Let me see how you guys want to see. Let's see. Yacht buying time. Looking for a good pre-market live channel. How are you, Florida Yacht Insurance guy? Right there. How are you? And yeah, we do pre-market every single morning at 7 a.m. here. So we do a 9 p.m. show as well. So welcome aboard, Florida Yacht Insurance guy. I guess if anybody needs some Florida Yacht Insurance, that's the guy to call right there. And good morning, Sam. How are we? And APLD. Let's look at Applied real quick and see what it's doing. APLD Applied is rolling up there, not looking bad. It's getting into the top, that's for sure. And let's see what it wants to do. I mean, today it's a tough one, guys. It does, at the moment, it looks like it's trying to top out there, and it doesn't necessarily want to run too much. And you do have to be careful today on a Friday going into a holiday weekend because you just don't know what's going to go on. And let's see, Bull, it was looking great yesterday, and then it had its earnings. It's still setting up pretty well, and it doesn't look too bad here. So I would say let it get set up. But yeah, it did have earnings. It ran up yesterday, pulled back a little bit. It does not look terrible, but it could bounce off of there and come down. I would just wait for it today, see what's going on right there for Bull. And let's see. Good morning. And yeah, how is everybody else this morning? Let me see if we have anything else over here going on. And let me take a look. Like I said, it's just one of them. It's a Friday before a holiday weekend, and it is a little bit weird. I'm telling you, the whole market's been weird all week. But with that Apple pullback right there, and that's like I said, I was waiting to see what it wanted to do, and that is a good dip right there. We'll have to see if they are pulling back some more. Look at that dip, or is it trying to hold itself up? Is that the dip and rip kind of look? I'm telling you, they do look kind of bearish though, like they want to come down, and that is what they look like right there. Let's see HKPD. Let's see what that's up to. Good morning, Barbara. And we did not look at that. It running up a little bit yesterday, if I remember the last few days. Yeah, it ran up here and then it's ran up there, and it's coming back down. And another one, I would have to say, you have to see how that one works out today. It's down a little bit right now, and the market's just a little odd right now. So going into the holiday weekend, and then we just went through everything, and then they all just pulled back on us. So ATPC, this Agape one, let's see, this one was setting up last night. I remember looking at it. This one looks pretty good, guys. I'd keep an eye on that one right there. That is yesterday's date. It didn't open up yet, at least on here, but it's not looking bad. And what's that Bit Origin doing right here? That was getting set up in a pretty good spot. Let's see. It does look like it wants to try to roll off, but I guess if the markets start coming down, this could push it back down near 20. So I'm going to be pretty patient today. As we've been, you couldn't really tell what wanted to happen. Excuse me. And so yeah, it does look like that SPY could be pulling back here, and we'll see. It is trying to set up here, so maybe it pulls back some more today and gets set up tomorrow. It's a really hard one to tell, and it was tricky all week. And here's your Apple dip right there. Again, it never held itself up, so it did pull back right there. And that is good old Apple going down. Let's just go through our SPY and big caps real quick one more time and see what they look like as our SPY pulled back, because they definitely changed around this morning. We just looked at Apple. Amazon definitely pulling back right there to the line. And let's see what Google is doing. It's not Goo, it's Google. And it's still up, but not looking perfect right there. And Meta was up a little bit, or I forget where it was, but it's coming down to that MACD, and it wasn't down $1.03. I know that. And it is pulling back right there. So we did just get that pullback look. And Microsoft, I thought this was going to be coming down, and it's definitely coming down right there. Still in the top somehow with some support there, but it does look like it wanted to come down, and that Microsoft ETF was looking better. You can see it curling down, so that one's going to be pulling back. And the video, what did that do right here? NVDA, and that's kind of, that one looks like it wants to kind of roll off there. And Tesla was up this morning, and that one just has a mind of its own, and it just keeps on cruising. So clearly Elon's focused on Tesla and not at and definitely not at X right now. So X is like falling apart. It's being held together, seems like by a spam string, because that's all you get is a lot of spam. And let's see. Good morning, Omar. How are you this morning? And let's see. QBTS. Let's see, what are they doing this morning? They were rolling up yesterday, pulling back a little bit. That looks like it could be topped out. QMCO, it looked like it wanted to run up some more yesterday. It is trying to get set up there, but obviously a little bit of pullback, not looking bad. So yeah, it looks like the market does want to pull back at the moment. So we'll be keeping an eye on things. And again, going into a 3-day weekend, it's really hard to tell. There's that logic mark just sitting there, and another one. I don't really trust it too much right there. And Green Lane's been down as well. So yeah, a lot of them just kind of looking a little crazy this morning. RGTI, that's pulling back after that run up yesterday. KIDZ, Kids is up a little bit. That was trying to roll up there. And let's see what Jeff Brands is doing right here. JFBR still trying to curl up, not a whole lot right there. And Applied, we were looking at that already. And RRGB, that was at Red Robin. That was trying to set up right there. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, the market looks like it is pulling back. Apple took a nice dip right there. That's for sure. Google's still up a hair, but it was kind of pulling back around with everything else. So that's what it looks like. I'll keep you guys posted. We're going into a holiday weekend, so obviously be careful. Let me just see what's over here real quick if we missed anything. And let me take a quick look. And that PLRZ still coming down. We looked at that. MLGO still running up there, guys. I told you that was a good one right there. And that NCNA, we said that was trying to get set back up right there. LITM was running up. We looked at it. This one's trying to get set back up. The quantum ones were pulling back. And OKLO, this one is up, but it was up from last night. Let's see where it's at right now. It could be trying to pull back at the moment. They were looking great last night to try to continue that momentum up there. And it did spike up early, but it's just pulling back a little bit where it closed. It closed at 46, and now it's at 44. So there you go with that. VCIG, we looked at all them guys. So there you go, guys. I'd say that's a pretty good pre-market review. Even IONQ is pulling back some. So it does look like it wants to pull back some today and going into a 3-day weekend. And what's it going to look like after that? I have no idea. Trump's post on Apple, I think that's what did he even say? I didn't even see what he said about Apple, to be honest with you. Probably talking bad about Tim Cook. I don't think he likes him too much. INEO right here, up 43 cents. That one is trying to jump up there. INEO. Not looking bad, but it jumped up yesterday in that after hours and just kind of trying to keep itself going. Not sure if it's going to continue right there, Omar. And there you go. I would say that's a good pre-market review, a little red. I'll keep you guys posted as it opens up there, and we'll have to see what Trump said about Apple. Let's see if it says it right here. I'm not sure, but Let's see if it says anything. I don't see anything right there. And no, I don't see anything. But anyway, I know he does say stuff about Tim Cook sometimes. But there you go. That's what it looks like this morning. We'll keep an eye on things, see what's going on, and see what we're getting into today. So, and going into the 3-day weekend, I'm more concerned about what's going to be happening next weekend. That lottery's still up running. We were looking at that, and LITM. And that Light Bridge, beautiful call, and MLGO still running up. So we had some poppers right there. And the rest of the market seems to be pulling back, but Tesla seems to be going up still. So that's what it looks like, guys. So be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thanks for everybody tuning in. Follow along on X and YouTube. And anyone new, like the Florida Yacht Insurance guy right there, thanks for tuning in this morning. We do it every morning at 7 a.m. and at night at 9 p.m. Not tonight or on the weekends, but Monday night we'll do it on Memorial Day. And get ready for next week because it's going to be a wild one. It looks like at the moment it's going to be pulling back, but I'll keep you guys posted right there. So there you go, everybody. Have a great day, I would say. And goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And I will keep you guys posted. Have a good day, everybody.